When the news comes down about the sentencing, we'll bring it to you. But in fact, the Judge Napolitano, he is with us right now. The sentence is mandatory. We know what it's going to be, right? I mean,
correct.
Mandatory.
Correct. The judge has no discretion. That's why the sentencing is immediate. Just like in the Texas case, the Chris Kyle murder case, the sentencing was immediate. There's no death penalty in Massachusetts. First-degree murder is life without parole, no exceptions, no time off.
Okay, so we know what it's going to be. There is no question about it.
Just a question of the judge physically signing a piece of paper ordering it, which justifies the sheriffs to take him away.
Okay, now, you know that we've been promoting you all day long on this program.
Really? About
yes.
what?
We're going to ask you again.
About Hillary's emails?
That's later. Right now, we're asking you, it's April 15th, Judge, as you well know, right? Okay.
Right.
Is taxation theft?
Yes.
Explain yourself.
Yes, it is, because the only truly moral commercial transaction is one that is voluntary. And if it is not voluntary, if it is pay or else, it's not moral. And because it's not moral, it's theft. So you're at home one night, and somebody knocks at the door, and you open the door, and there's a guy with a gun. And he says, "Give me your money." You gasp. "I want to give it away in your name." You call the police. You find out this guy works for the government. So what's the difference?
Okay, let me explain. In 1913, the income tax was first introduced.
Yes, when it was promised it would never exceed 3%.
But it was introduced.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we've had 100 years, 102 years of jurisprudence and attempts to go to the Supreme Court to say it was theft, and they've all failed.
Oh, well, I didn't say it was unconstitutional. It is clearly constitutional because it is part of the Constitution. You're asking me if it is moral. That's a philosophical argument. Can the government take something from you against your will when you don't want to pay them and you don't want what they're offering in return? That's a moral argument. Is it lawful? Yes, it's lawful. Is it constitutional? It's absolutely constitutional. Even though it was ratified under fraudulent circumstances, many amendments were.
Oh, I thought it was unconstitutional from your point of view.
Prior to 1913, it was unconstitutional because the Constitution clearly said it, even though Abraham Lincoln and the radical Republicans had an income tax during the Civil War that was declared unconstitutional, but the money wasn't returned to the people who paid it.
Okay, so can I just sum it up like this?
Yes.
Taxation is theft on a moral basis. So says Judge Andrew Napolitano.
I think you, even though you were taught by socialists at the London School of Economics, would probably agree with that.
All right, let's get serious here. Hillary Clinton ignores... come on. Ignores a letter from Congress asking... the letter said, have you got a personal email account? You're Secretary of State, you got a personal email account. She doesn't respond. I say that by not responding, she avoided a lie.
Consciousness of guilt. She knew exactly what she had. She knew how wrong it was. She knew how that would be perceived. So just like when she had the pink dress grand jury interview, she remained silent.
The pink dress grand jury interview?
That was the infamous grand jury interview where she wore a pink dress during her husband's term as president over Whitewater. She either didn't answer or said she didn't remember. That's effectively what she's done now. Right. It's her M.O.
But the media has also moved on from the email scandals too, Judge. You know that, right? We have Queen Hillary. She's not accountable.
Oh, I forgot. She's been crowned already.
Oh.
Did you see them chasing that black truck the other day with the unlawfully tinted windows?
Unlawfully tainted windows?
Well, unlawful in New York and New Jersey, through which the truck drove.
She was in Iowa for
She started out in Chappaqua.
She's with the everyday people in a deluxe van, of course, with leather seats.
Did she stay in a Motel 6 in Pittsburgh, or did they find a five-star hotel for her?
We've descended into gossip.
But really, to this email issue, she knew exactly what she was doing, and she knew how wrong it was. And she also knew she only had a few more weeks in office, so she didn't bother to answer.
I think that's it, Judge.
And she knew it had been subpoenaed.
It's never over, you know. It's never over. I might say time's up, but we got to go. You know, they're going to run a commercial
by your
over you.
Yes.
Thanks, Judge.